The future redemption is known that it will be an eternal redemption. The word for eternity in Lashon HaKodesh, in the Hebrew language, is netzach, nitzchi, eternity, which also shares the same root as nitzachin, which means victory. And we know that there's a famous pasuk. It says, "V'gam netzach Yisrael lo yishakar v'lo yinachim," that the eternity of Israel will never lie. The Jewish people are eternal, and the future redemption will also be eternal. It's brought down in Kisvei Arizal that Arizal writes that the future redemption will come from the level of netzach, and that's why it will be eternal, as the verse says, "V'gam netzach Yisrael lo yishakar v'lo yinachim." Something that comes from the level of netzach, of victory, is eternal. One of the explanations that this possibly means is, you know, that Chassidus explains that the deepest part of a person's soul can never be changed. A person's outlook, his emotional connection to something, his intellectual outlook on things can change. But the essence of the soul can never change. What awakens the essence of the soul is the koyach hanitzachim, when there's victory, when there's a challenge that has to be overcome, someone is in opposition, and the person is aroused to overcome the opposition, that brings out the deepest part of his soul, which is unchangeable. So the idea of nitzachin, the fact that the future redemption will be eternal, is because during the time of exile, the Jewish people's divine service is in a way of netzach, is in a way of victory, overcoming the challenges, overcoming the opposition, through arousing the power of victory, of the like we see when somebody is faced with a challenge, it arouses by him the desire to overcome the challenge that reaches much deeper than the way he was before the challenge came in the first place. Similarly, with the Jewish people in time of exile, specifically because we have an exile which is challenging our very connection, our very survival, that brings out within us the deepest desire to overcome the challenge, the victory, which brings out the eternal part of ourself, the deepest part of ourself, which is unchangeable, immutable, something which lasts forever, which is why the future redemption, which comes through the revelation of the essence of the soul, brought about through the challenge, which expresses itself in the victory over the opposition, will lead to the eternal redemption. Hashem should help that we should merit to have the coming of Mashiach take it from Yad Mamash, speedily in our days. Amen.